So what's it going to take to find a way to start churches, to train those pastors to start churches in Middle Tennessee? To get with a church that the community has changed around it. So you have a declining Anglo church that is now surrounded by a Hispanic community, surrounded by an African American community, surrounded by a Kurd community. How are you going to work with that church to repurpose them to reach the people who are now in their community? How in the world are you going to do that? I don't know. See, one of the first things you know that it's a God thing is that when you look at it, your first response is, we can't do that. If it's not a God thing, then your first response is, yeah, I think we can pull that off. That's not a God thing. Makes your jaw fall open, and you say, we can't do that. Okay, then you're close to God's will. How in the world are we going to do that? How are we going to train our pastors, train the staff members, find the places that will work? How in the world? Listen, if it were easy, Jesus would have given it to another church. What's the reward for good work? More work. You did well here. Now, try this one. On the day, or what he said to Jeremiah was, you've done well in the day of the cavalry, of the infantry. But now I'm sending the cavalry in. Let's see how you do there. How in the world is it going to be expensive? It's going to be hard. Some of you are going to be stretched out of your comfort zone, because we know this. Historically, the church has always worked best when we've responded with health care. We were the ones who took care of the victims of the plague. Nobody else would touch them. That's where we started hospitals. That was Christians. Education. Christians started most every university of any note in this nation. Poverty. There are young men and women of great promise and great potential who are trapped in the American cycle of poverty, who can't get out without help. Evangelism. So what happens if our mobile medical unit never gets out of this quadrant, but is always setting up clinics where we're going to start a church to start the conversation about reaching people for Christ in this area and that area? It's going to be impossibly hard without God's help. But with God's help, I promise you this, we will find a way. If we have to rip the roof off of every building in Nashville, we will find